Hey there, it's David H. Lawrence the 17th, and I just got off the phone with a podcasting client of mine. She is working on her 7th podcast episode in the first month and a half, 2 months. She's done one every week. And I said, you know what I just found out? I just found out something really cool about you. You are 7 times the average, the typical, the mode of the number of episodes that a podcast actually has. Of all the podcasts that have been recorded ever, that have been created and, put out there, the average, and I mean mode, not median or mean, but the average number of episodes is 1. They do it, and then they don't get around to doing the second one. So what I want to talk to you about today is the value of that feeling that you have when you first start a project, like you're going to start a podcast. Maybe you've never done podcasting before, or you did, but you were just a guest. You didn't really do the production work around it or the distribution work around it or any of the social stuff that you have to do with podcasts. And you're really excited about it. So you have all this enthusiasm about this new, shiny, bright butterfly that you have flying around your head and very much distracting you. And that's valuable, and you should value that. But let me tell you what you need to value even more. You need to value enthusiasm, but what you really need to value more is persistence. Because that's the one that's going to get you from 1 episode to 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6. And for some people, that comes really easy. I mean, it's not hard because you're like, oh, I like that. Let's do that again. And for some people, it's like, okay, I did that. Okay, it was all right. I'm not so enthusiastic about it anymore. Yeah, maybe I'll try something else, right? That's called dabbling. And when you don't have that persistence or that endurance that is needed to create something that has legs, if you don't have that stick-to-itiveness, I want to help you get that. And it's knowing that you need that endurance. Tony Robbins calls this process commit to mastery, right? Whatever you think about Tony Robbins, I happen to love him. I think there's an awful lot of really great stuff buried in the mastery of marketing that he is. It's committing to mastery, not just trying things out, taking a stab at it, and we mistake sometimes this idea of being really gung-ho about something and really enthusiastic in the beginning for the energy that we need to keep going to episode 2, to keep going to chapter 2 or to book number 2 or to demo number 2 or whatever. That whole idea of I'm going to try a whole bunch of things and then something's going to stick. That's a fairly dangerous path. I mean, if that's the way you do things, okay, great. I mean, it reminds me of George Bush Sr. saying, let 1,000 flowers bloom. And when I heard that, I thought, yeah, and then you're going to have 995 dead flowers and a few weeds to clean up. Maybe 999 or 1,000, who knows? But the idea of every action you take, you want to examine that, because not every action you take is going to be useful. Some actions that you take are just going to serve that initial surge of energy, that initial enthusiasm that you have about something, and saying, well, at least I'm doing something, 1 step forward. Maybe it's not being very effective, but it's better than not doing anything at all. I'm not so sure that that's the case. What you want is effective action. And you know it when you feel it. You know it when you're like, I'm just going to sort of spin in place here. I'm just going to sort of let the bike coast. I'm going to stop pedaling for a while. I'm just going to see what happens. It's really hard sometimes to stick to a project when that initial bloom wears off, or even worse, when you were just trying to prove to yourself that you could do it once. Once you do, it's like, okay, I did that. All right, fine. So then you begin to realize what's really important to you in life. And if you find yourself easily doing the 2nd and 3rd and 4th iteration of something, that's a really good way of knowing how important it actually was to you, or if it was just a bucket list thing, if it truly moves forward, as opposed to you saying, well, okay, that's good. I'm done. That's it. I tried that very spicy food. I don't need to try it again. I actually have a video coming up on, I have one question that you should ask yourself if you want to know just how important something is to you in your life. It's going to make it very easy for you to tell the difference before you even get started with a new project or with keeping a project. But that's coming up. That's coming up. So tell me about you. Tell me about you in the comments below. If you're watching on votogogo.com, if you're not, go there to make these comments. What kind of stick-to-itiveness have you found you're good at? Are you good at the one and done stuff? Are you good at the, hey, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do it right. And if that means keep doing it until I get it absolutely great, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to iterate, make things better and better, do more of what works, less of what doesn't. Or are you the kind of person who simply wants to try everything possible in life? This comes back to the options versus process people as well. The process people tend to be better, and it comes easier to them to do this second, third, and fourth, to stick to it, because they look at it as a process rather than, hey, I'll try that. Well, I'll try that over there. Oh, what about that over there? Yeah, I could try that. So I'd just like to know what your story is. Let me know in the comments below. Tell me if this matters to you at all. You know, maybe this isn't something that's a big deal to you. It is to me, because I've got a lot of things I want to get done before I leave this earth. I got a lot of things that I want to do, and I want to do well. So hopefully that helps. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, we're doing these videos once a day for 365 days during the course of the year. And if you want to be notified when the next video comes out, go ahead and click on my face there. If there's no face, look for a subscribe button somewhere on the page. If you'd like to see the latest video that I've done, click on that frame and YouTube will play it for you. I'm David H. Lawrence, the 17th. I so appreciate you watching, and I will talk to you tomorrow.